Hi, it's Ginny Lindsay from 2 to 3 Relationship and Marriage Counselling. How many of us come home at the end of the day and we're absolutely exhausted, and when we see our partners, we want to be able to offload, download, whatever it is, but we're feeling quite overwhelmed. We've been at work all day or we've been with the kids all day. And what we find is that our sympathetic nervous system is up. We're overwhelmed and our energy is probably going a bit through the roof at the moment, so we're a bit full. And so what often happens, what I find with in my room with people in relationships, is that when the couple actually come together at the end of the day, that one is just really excited and really ready to go blah to the other person, but the other person isn't necessarily ready to hear it. So what I want to be able to do is I really want to give you some tips about how you can make that meeting together really at a much deeper level. How do you come together to actually be able to help each other to regulate so you can actually meet and deepen the relationship? So there's a couple of tips that I just really want to share with you at the moment. So the first one is, when you come back together again and you notice that when you either come in the door, your partner is overwhelmed and they're very full, instead of stepping away, what I'm going to really encourage you to do is really step in towards them. Now, what that's going to look like and why we want to do that is we can actually use our own bodies to help down regulate the other person, which is actually what I'm saying is to help you use my body to calm the other person's body down and calm down their nervous system. So we're actually getting them into their parasympathetic nervous system. So what I can do is, if I was to walk in the door and I would see that my partner is overwhelmed about something, I'm going to step in and I'm either going to sit down and I'm going to put my hands on their legs, I'm going to put my hands on their shoulders, or I'm going to step in and give them a hug. And what I'm going to say is, wow, I can see that you're really uptight at the moment, or I can see you're really upset at the moment. Help me understand what's going on for you. So I'm just going to be there to be when they are going to unload. I'm not going to take anything personally that they say, and I'm not going to get too lost in the content. Okay? So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be acknowledging and I'm going to be validating all of their emotions back. So as they're just letting rip, letting fly, unloading, and so my role at this point is to help use my body to help calm their body down. So I'm going to put my hands on them and I'm just going to validate and say, wow, that sounds so frustrating. How disappointing for you. I know you were so looking forward to that. If that had been me, I would imagine I would be just as frustrated or disappointed. And I'm just going to validate and acknowledge all the feelings. And then you will see that with your hands, you feel the warmth of your hands or my hands going through them. You can feel them starting to actually empty and to start to soften. So what we're doing is we're bringing closeness in, and I'm using my body to help them calm down. And then when they're their cup is emptying a bit, then what I'm then wanting to do is ask just the simple question of, what do you need, or how can I support you? So I'm not going to go into mind reading, I'm not going into fixing, and I'm not going to go into giving any advice. What I am doing is just being with their emotional experience. They are the master of what they need at the time. So it's just up to me to really just be able to hear, be with, and then be guided by what they need at that time. This is all about just being with them while they empty out their emotional experience, and we're going from the sympathetic nervous system and trying to help them by using our own bodies and being with them emotionally, with their emotions, to actually be with their emotional experience and get down into the parasympathetic. So when we are unregulated, we go into this position. This is our thoughts and these are our feelings and our reactions up here. And down on this end, which is, if I use something like this, might be easier to understand. So When we're unregulated, our emotions and our feelings are up, and our reactivity and our thinking and our ability to be rational is down here. So when they do an MRI, this is all firing. The feelings and the reactivity is firing, 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 yellow, blue, red, green, and our ability to think straight is white. So what we're trying to do by us actually placing our hands on them and actually purely putting all devices away and being with them and just letting them empty and validating, acknowledging, they are going to be able to come back here to a much more an equilibrium of being able to think straight and not be caught so much in their reactivity. You're also, as far as a couple, supporting. So yes, it is our role to be able to regulate ourselves, but there's nothing better than also when you're home, that if you see your partner in pain or suffering or overwhelmed, by stepping towards them, not away and going, oh, I better give them space, actually stepping towards them and say, whoa, I can see things are really going on for you at the moment. Help me understand. And just putting your body with their body, you can feel the warmth, the care, the love coming through the hands. So I've tried it myself, and lots of my clients have tried it. I learnt about this and read about this and also listened to a John Wineland podcast who was talking about this, but also I have practiced this with my clients as far as using my body or a body to help somebody else to regulate their body. So I encourage you to do it and really reap the benefits of how you will see in seconds, literally 30 seconds, the other person starting to calm, rather than if they have to do it alone, it can go on quite a long time. So I hope this is helpful, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.